Hi guys, I have some more exciting revelations to share. Okay, so these are my visions from the beginning of this year, January. It says January 3rd, 2024 up above, where it saves the date when it's typed. And at 10:46 p.m. was when I started typing my visions. I accidentally wrote 10:45, but anyways. So during my prayer time that night, I saw a tie-dye rainbow moving like portal poster. Then I saw a child throwing a temper tantrum in a waiting room, which could be like the bride being weary and wanting to leave. I saw stars in the night sky being shaken hard like an earthquake or a bad cameraman like this, you know. Then I heard some of the group saying stuff to me in the spirit, which was cool. I heard Denise say, "Oh, McKenna," and then I heard Mandy say it was like someone who is vegetarian, which is interesting because there's something that comes up in Bible Strongs when you put in a number that doesn't exist, and it talks about vegetarians. Then I saw a woman smiling who turned to look at me, and she was like, I remember this because she was at like a cafe. I should have typed the details, but I didn't. She was at like a patio cafe, and she turned to look at me, and she said, "The king is coming back." So that was cool. Okay, then I said, while my visions were playing behind my eyelids, I heard two songs also. Running Up That Hill song, and I heard In the Arms of the Angels by Sarah McLachlan. What's interesting is the release dates for these songs. The release date for Running Up That Hill is August 5th, which is 8/5. And In the Arms of the Angels by Sarah McLachlan is July 15th, which is also 7 plus 1 is 8, and then 5. So that's very interesting that he gave me two songs that their dates kind of mirror. Then I said, "Eek, just had two more visions, guys." It's every time I close my eyes, because he was like increasing my visions a lot more at the beginning of the year. I saw a dandelion open like a portal. So this is the second portal I saw in that night. And Jess had talked about dandelions that day. Then I saw the firmament cracked by a giant planet or a moon or something. It looked like the sky was a windshield and with a golf ball. Hang on, the pause button's in front. A golf ball lodged into it and stuck, and the sky was dark and ominous, and a sea beast was coming through. Well, right now they're talking about the things coming from the sea and the things flying around everywhere. So that's very interesting because Leviathan is the sea beast and he leads the kingdom of the abyss, which is the sea. At 1:42 a.m., I woke up from a dream. Mandy had gotten me a guitar as a gift and we were singing and making songs. Then it jumped to another scene. We were battling and saving people. There were hidden bombs planted everywhere. I believe it was in the U.S. too. They were like purchased daily use objects or something, and we were trying to find each of them and get rid of them. We had to get into this elite art store for some reason, but it closed early due to the threats, I think, but we got in. Then there was a point where I received a message from my Aunt Candy, and she said that my other aunt was sending me a box of my childhood photos from my grandma Lolly's home, who my grandma Lolly died in 2022. She's in heaven, and she told me in the dream that the date or code would be 11/22. I believe she said the code, and I wasn't sure if it was a date. But what's interesting is my grandma Lolly's birthday is 6/28. I don't know if you saw it before it disappeared. And 6/28 was when Christmas was created. When Christmas became a holiday in the United States. I mean, I believe I just shared that the other day. Okay, moving on. I'll show you something about the 1122, her saying that the code is 1122. There was elevator music playing or a video game music in my dream. Then when I woke up, I saw the outline of a spirit in my living room. Down the hall, it was like a tourist field of a tall, very tall, large man, but all I could see was supernatural colors. It was beautiful. No face or details, just literal like auras, for lack of a better word. It was an angel I knew. He was watching to see me after I woke up, and then he realized I noticed him, and he disappeared. Or he was watching me, and after I woke up, then I realized, then he realized I noticed him, and he disappeared. And I said, "Was this an angel giving me dreams?" Y'all, my night has been nonstop supernatural because of my prayers, I believe. And what's crazy is I later prayed, and I believe Jesus said it was Raphael in my living room, the archangel. And then I said, just had a vision while trying to go back to sleep. I saw clouds in the dawn sky, and then I saw the number 25, 19, 24, 45, 55. I've been trying to figure this out for like the whole year. But they were like one above the other, written in the sky, like typed in the sky. At 2:21, I woke up hearing myself talking out loud in my sleep, saying, we'll spend Christmas with your daughter. And I think I was telling someone in the group this because someone's daughter is in heaven. And then I saw a vision of my oldest son, Evan, smiling in a homemade Christmas shirt in front of me, which is pretty crazy because this was January 3rd or 4th, I forget, of this year. And my son is with me this Christmas because we alternate every year. And his birthday happens to be Christmas Eve. Yeah, and then I just said random stuff after, but okay, this is why it's crazy. Remember, I just shared in that night, I had a dream that my Aunt Candy told me that the code was 1122, and she was sending me my grandma Lolly's pictures, like family photos, to me in the dream. And so I mentioned that my Aunt Candy's birthday is 4/17, which is, oh my gosh, that's 5, or no, that's 4/8, never mind. but that's the eclipse, so that's interesting. And there's so much more with 4/17 and 7/14. But anyways, so I mentioned that my grandma, whose belongings were being sent to me, or sorry, family photos times with a phone call, it like mutes me after, sorry. So I mentioned my grandma Lolly's birthday as well, and her birthday happens to be 6/28 when Christmas became a holiday in the United States, okay? And so my Aunt Candy told me that the code was 1122, and my grandma Lolly's birthday, 6/28, has a connection to Christmas, right? Well, from January 3rd, when I had this dream and all these other visions of Christmas in January, to December 24th of 24, it's 356 days, which that's 3/11. That's resurrection. That's also my ministry date is 3/11, March 11th. And then it's 11 months and 21 days, which means Christmas, the day that was created, became a holiday in the United States on my grandma Wally's birthday, is 11/22 from when I had the dream of my aunt saying the code was 11/22. And I'm going to read a message that Jesus gave through Mandy 2 days later after this, and you guys are going to be amazed.